everybody. Welcome back. My goodness, it has been a busy day on YouTube, hasn't it? It just keeps coming. I wanted to take a nap in preparation for work tonight, but I don't think I'm going to get it because Chantal just simply will not stop. This is all starting to feel real familiar. When Chantal would get mad and she just would not stop. She would just go on and on and on all night. This rage feels familiar. She says she's unbothered. She says that everything's okay. Obviously, things are not okay. And why are they not okay? Because Kai Bella put out round two of the screenshots. And apparently, Chantal has heard about them, perhaps even seen them, and she is livid. She's so angry and she's trying so hard not to go into a full on rage, but you can just almost see the smoke coming up from her skull. It's just a lot. So she did another video and she's putting this spin, this narrative on the whole thing of the reason why Salah isn't talking to me like that, like he did to Kai Bella, is because she's trash and I'm not. So that's the narrative now. Oh, he holds me in high esteem. So he's not going to say these dirty, nasty things to me. Whatever you say, Chantal, whatever you say. Is that the reason why you buy lingerie? Hmm? You wanted some sexy time with your husband, even though you're mad at him, he's mad at you. Definitely not the energy you want to have when you go into the bedroom together. Like, you can't really have pleasurable relations when you're both furious at one another for different reasons. But yeah, she's doing another video, another one, another one. And I am so sorry to my subs. They're going to be so tired today. Like, doggone it, Rose. You did a tarot live. You did like 2 videos. And there's another one. I am so sorry. But this feels familiar, doesn't it? Like video after video after video after video after video. We've gone through this before, y'all. We are veterans. We went through this during the Crackhead Olympics with her and Natter. Like, she would go live, one live after the next live, after the next live, after the next live. And it would just go on literally all day for weeks, months. We've been here before. We've done this. And I don't know if we're getting it again, but she's obviously bothered. And when Chantal's bothered, she just can't shut up. She's got to let that steam off. So we're here for it. We are absolutely here for it. The unbothered queen is bothered, and we are here for our dessert because we have a sweet tooth for that kind of karma, don't we? We all love a slice of karma cake, and she's getting some, and we're going to get our sugar on, aren't we? Yes. So I'm here for it. Before we get into the video, though, let's check out some interesting things on Twitter, because I did find a few tidbits here and there I wanted to share with all of you. Oh, oops. Let me go to the right place. Let me make sure I am where I want to be. Okay, yes, I am. I'm so prepared for class today. So let's start here with Mr. Michael B. Petty saying Foodie Dookie is so unbothered by her husband's cheating that she has made multiple videos proving just how unbothered she is. Yeah, like, she's so unbothered that she's bothered. You know, she just got to Kuwait. She should be resting and spending time with her husband. If they love each other so much and they missed each other for so much, why not spend some time with your husband away? You know, get some personal private time. She's always talking about her private life. Oh, I have my private life, blah, blah, blah. But yet she doesn't take any time away, any real time. She's spending all of her time in front of the camera. And where is Salah? Where is the husband to stand beside his wife? Just sit beside her in the videos and comment and, you know, be part of the conversation. He's nowhere to be seen. She's sitting here acting like his PR person and sticking up for him and talking for him. But isn't he someone that he can talk for himself? Why can't he speak up on his own business? Why is she defending him? Why is it her place? Why isn't it his place? Why can't he say something on his channel? I got questions. I got lots of questions. But yeah, look at her face. Look at her face. Does that look like the face of a happy wife or a happy woman? It's not. That's a face of somebody who's seething inside, just so she's mad. She's big mad. And she's just holding it in. She's like little during the video, she's talking like this, like gritting those teeth. Girl, if you ground those teeth any harder, you won't have any teeth left. Jordy said he wanted a new one in the works just in case. Chicken Pickle said, I had a thought and I went to check. Salah was cheating on Chantal while she was in the hospital. So this was the title of her video. So I spent 12 hours in observation for hypoglycemia. If I'm mispronouncing it wrong, I am so sorry. But the date of that was December 21st. He was talking to Kai Bella then. So she was going off to the hospital because she was sick, and he's sitting there using his little Twitter fingers, his little Instagram fingers, and talking to Kai Bella. I love this for her. I love it so much. I absolutely adore this for you, Chantal. This is from D. Angry Scott. So this is a post that Foodie did. And pay attention to down here. So, of course, Foodie gave herself a thumbs up. This person got 38 thumbs up because Foodie was complaining about, like public policy, blah, blah, blah. But Foodie giving herself a thumbs up. Okay, what else do we have? This is also from Mr. Michael B. Petty saying, this exchange in Foodie Duty's comments took me out. Denise says, wow, I can't believe things could get worse than Natter. Foodie replies with, yeah, figure FFG is also a loser. They have a lot in common. Denise says, I was referring to your love life, though. Love you, Chantal. Anybody got some cream for that burn? I'm sure it hurt. I'm sure it hurt a lot. Acadia Strong says she's sitting on the only corner of the couch she can get to that has an armrest. So we've all seen the picture of the new layout in the Love Nest that Salah created that wasn't really for Chantal. She's sitting in the only corner she can where she can lean up against it because that living room is not Foodie friendly. That was not designed with her in mind. So she found like the only corner that she could get herself into. DX says, wait, Chantal, I thought you said they were only talking for a day or a day and a half, and you would be leaving if you ever found out he lied about details of the cheating again. Well, apparently it was more than a day. It was like for more than a couple weeks. So your move, Chantal. Shouldn't you be moving? Shouldn't you be going back to Canada? So you're finding out all the deets. You're finding out all the dirt, and you're not making a move. And you're not going to make a move because you are obsessed with holding on to Salah. And Salah knows that. He knows that he can do anything, and he can get away with it. He's got more power over you than you think, or more than when you want to publicly let everybody know. He's got power over you. He's got you right where he wants you. You don't have a home to go back to. Romantically speaking, you have no other options. There are no other men competing for your attention. You've given yourself no plan B, no out. He's got you right where he wants you. Maybe this is the long con. Puts you right where he wants you. Puts you in a position where you have no power, and he can do precisely as he pleases. And what's she gonna do? Not a doggone thing except be over there and get mad and try to deflect and talk about the reactors and talk about FFG and talk about Kai Bella. That's all you can do. Just let off steam, but nothing significant. Florida Salt and Sass says he's treating you like a queen, Chantal. You're turning into the court gesture. Well, she is a locale, so The jester. is that really far off? Cowboy Dog says, Salah, why did you lie to your soulmate and tell her you only spoke to Kybella for one day? Well, because he's a player. You know, and he's always going to downplay his wrong. Like, oh, it was just for a day. I promise it was just for a day. Of course he's going to say it was for a day. Seems like Salah and Chantal have something in common. They're both liars. They will always downplay their wrong. They will always try to minimize it. So it wasn't that bad. So they can carry on being con artists. Maybe you guys do have something in common after all. Okay, so that's it for all the stuff on Twitter. So let's move on over to her video. Let's just mosey on over there. She's so mad. Big Mama is mad. She's mad. She is mad. You can see it in her face. She's mad. Look at her. She is mad. You are mad, Chantal. You are so angry. Girl. I told y'all, like the anger in the house, it's pressure cooker. It's a pressure cooker. Absolute pressure cooker. She's mad. But we're going to hear all about it again. She's going to go off about Kybella again. So let's do this.
So, I might be speaking a little not very nice in this video. So, just warning you, I was really debating whether or not I'm going to react to this because, again, another trap and another falling for it. But I want to put this video out once and for all and make this a last statement for everyone who was, emailing me, trying to DM me, just commenting. Are you going to address the new screenshots out from Skank Bella? So here's the thing. They're not new screenshots, okay? They're just the same ones from the last time. I've seen everything.
She's seething. Oh, is she seething? She's seething so hard. And you can tell because you ever get so mad that it's hard to talk? Just don't make me tell you something. you're stopping with every word. Because like you're right on the cusp of screaming. That's where she's at. She's so mad.
I know about everything, and I'm here to tell you that I 100% don't give a shit about them anymore. I have decided to reconcile with my husband, and if this ever happens again, I'm prepared to deal with the consequences. What I choose to do in my relationship is.
So you're prepared to deal with the consequences. What would be the consequences? With the consequences, you just saying, that's it, I'm done, going back home to Canada. Is that what you mean? What are the consequences? Letting go of him? It's funny that you're not saying he's got to deal with the consequences of his cheating. No, you're saying I have to deal with the consequences. Look, Chantal, listen, you already have egg on your face, all right? This whole thing with the marriage, nobody believes it anymore. We didn't believe it over here on the reaction side to begin with. We all knew it was a farce. But you still try to sell that product to everybody, your beezers included. Here, let me hand you a cup of reality coffee. Would you like a cup? Here you go. There's some reality coffee. Drink it. Nobody believes the happy marriage thing anymore. Not your beezers, not the reactors, not the reaction channels. It's now just a running joke. This whole arc you put together with Salah has fallen completely apart. And the longer you stick with it, the more you're going to be the laughing stock of YouTube. So if that's what you want to do, have at it. Enjoy yourself being the court jester. Put on the cap and do something. If that's what you want to do, if you want to go from locale to court jester, be my guest. We love a good laugh over here. Enjoy your role as the court fool. But nobody's buying the nonsense anymore. No one. You want to stick with them, have at it. But financially speaking, it makes no sense. You're not going to be doing any more stuff with Salah. The couples channel, done. His gaming channel, done. You won't be able to do a single thing with Salah anymore. And I'm sure he's going to use that as a perfect excuse not to do anything with you, to bow out a lot and just let you do things alone. He's going to use that as the perfect fallback. Well, I don't want to be on your channel and take away from your content and ruin your views. So let me just stay out and stay away. He's going to use that as the perfect get out of jail free card, like in Monopoly. And you're angry about that. That he's going to have that excuse to stay away from you. He's going to have that reason to not be part of your content, to not walk beside you, to hold your hand. He's going to be very, very absent. So this whole thing of you wanting a partner on YouTube to act as your husband, nobody believes it. No one. Might as well let it go.
Is up to me. Whether you think it's right or wrong, you don't live our relationship. So you really don't, you can't judge it from an outside perspective in this case because you don't know all the details.
You know what, Chantal? Let me remind you of something important. You, ma'am, are on a public platform, are you not? Yes, you are. You're on a public platform. You make very public content. You put it in front of the public for the purpose of the public viewing it and giving you a view. Therefore, you make money on it. So if you're doing content on a public forum, putting it in front of people, we can feel however what we want about it. We can give our opinions, we can give our feelings, we can say our thoughts, and there's not a doggone thing you can do about it. It's not like this content is behind a paywall and it's private. You want to get in front of the public. You want everyone to know your business. You want everybody to be concerned about you and to care about you. You're going to have to deal with the public saying what they feel. If that bothers you, well, then put the content somewhere else. It's really quite simple. Telling people you can't judge things from an outside perspective. Isn't that almost verbatim what you said about Natter? You were claiming everybody was wrong about Natter. We don't know Natter. You guys don't know how we are off camera. We talk for hours. He's really into me. Blah, 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 blah. You swore we didn't know Natter. You know what? Maybe we weren't there in the room with you and Natter, just as we are not in the room with you and Salah. But even if you don't personally know somebody, if they're putting vlogs and content out there showing bits and pieces of their personality and their lives, you can get a pretty good idea of who those people are just by what they say, how they do, and how they move. So we've been watching you and Salah for over a year. We've been watching how you move. We watch how he moves. We notice that there's no chemistry between the two of you, that his responses to you are very, very cold. You know, there's really no real intimacy. There's no synergy between the two of you. That he's kind of got a roving eye. We called it a long time ago. You just hate the fact that we were right. Just like you are hating the fact that the reaction channels were pointing out that Natter had a roving eye and was looking at other women. You didn't want to hear it then either. You know, history is kind of repeating itself. It's just a different body and a different face. You know, you're repeating the same lesson twice because you didn't learn the first time.
So, Skank Bella, I know you're desperately wanting to drag out this clout that you worked so hard for, and I'm telling you, you will remain a nothing after this. Don't worry. And actually, the more I look at the
You know
screenshot,
what I got from that, what she just said? The feeling that came across when she said that was, I wish she would just go away. That's the feeling coming from Chantal. I wish she would just go away. Why won't she just stop posting stuff? Ah! Oh, like the anger is bubbling up, y'all. It is bubbling up. Pressure cooker, like I said, pressure cooker, pressure cooker. That's right. The pressure is building, the rage is building. She's dying to let go. Chantal, why don't you just go live and get it on? Just go live and let it all the way out. Or is that the reason why you're not going live? Because if you go live, you're going to lose control and you know it. So just making little videos, you can kind of control yourself. Well, eventually it's going to come out anyway.
The more they make me feel better, because obviously I think this person is total skank and a piece of crap. And I see her trying hard to kind of get some kind of like emotional response out of him. And there might be a few moments where he's just like, you can see him just replying like, you're a worthless piece of trash. I want to pee on you. I want to poop on you. I want to, just, you're my slave. You're worthless. You're total bitch. You're total worthless. And she'll try to get this emotional response, and then he'll just go back to humiliating her, and then probably just to tell her what she wants to hear, blah blah blah. Anyway, I'm not condoning the actions. I've said already that it was wrong, and I had a choice to make, and I chose to move on. So I have nothing more to say about this tea, this drama. It's not affecting our lives anymore. So if it
Liar. Look at your face. It's not affecting our lives anymore. But I'm just going to make 100 videos in a day because I'm so unbothered. I'm so unbothered. I could be over here just, sipping on the tea and the shisha and being completely calm and acting unbothered and not giving a single flying F about it. But I'm going to make 100 videos because I am so bothered. What is it? Opposite day? Say something and do the opposite. This is opposite day, y'all. It's opposite day for her. If I say that I'm unbothered, if I'm unbothered, I'm bothered. It's opposite day.
affects your still, good for you. If you want entertainment out of it, good for you. Like I said, I'm not the type that will cry over spilled milk for a long time. I will just get over it and move on and take what I need to and move on. And I suggest you guys all do the same, especially you, Skank Bella, because I know you probably did this for clout, but also I did see a tweet where she was like, I stole her man. Okay then, bitch, where are you? Um, are you in the bed? Are you here? No, you never will be. You never would have been, because
Kybella never wanted Salah. She said outright, like, I'm doing this to destroy her marriage, to expose him as a cheater and a fake. That's it. She just said it like that. She never wanted Salah. She never wanted to be with Salah. She just basically trolled the crap out of him, and the big dummy fell for it.
like maybe he told her what she wanted to hear, and just it was all talk, because at the same
Chantal, I saw those screenshots. I did not see her leading the conversation. I saw him leading the conversation. He was saying all that stuff, and she was just simply agreeing. Like, she said very little. He was saying a lot of it. Like, most of the conversation was him. That was him being explicit and graphic and all that stuff. Who are you trying to kid?
time he was like, oh, I miss you, come back here. And I was saying, I had decided to come back early, so where would she, like, as if he even said that, he's like, she would have come and you would have been coming back, like, how does that make sense? So he's saying it was just in the heat talking moment, he was lonely.
She saw those screenshots. She read them all. And she was looking and looking and looking and reading and reading and reading and just trying to figure out some kind of angle in her head that would turn this thing around, make her look good. Like, what angle can she take to where she looks like the better woman, or like Kybella's trash? Like, she sat there and she read it going, this is bad, but how can I turn these lemons into lemonade? So this is her angle, that Kybella was trash, so he's going to talk to her like trash, but because she is his wife, she's better than Kybella, She's higher up than Kai Bella, so he's never going to talk to her like that. But let's be real, Chantal. You want that sexy time with Salah so bad. You know you did. You really, really wanted it. You've been waiting and waiting and waiting for something to happen. And nothing has ever happened. No matter how much money you paid that man, nothing has ever really happened. And I know this for fact because, look, we remember how you were with Natter. We could tell when you and Natter had been intimate. It'd be all over your face. You would just be walking on a cloud, glowing. That did not happen in the year you were with Salah. Not at all. If anything, you were frustrated, angry and frustrated because he didn't want to touch you. So you're angry that he was giving some sexy talk time to somebody else. And maybe you thought, hey, I'm paying for him. I'm going to buy some lingerie and kind of like maybe push him or pressure him to have sex with me and I'll get something out of it. I don't know. Like it just seems weird to be fighting with your husband in the midst of a huge fight, in the midst of bad energy. Your first thought is to go to buy lingerie. Okay.
And whatever, and it would have never been real life, even though some of the screenshots hint at that or say that. It wouldn't have gone anywhere. So um regardless, I know it was wrong, but how do you, Skank Bella, think that you are in the right? Like how do you live with yourself knowing that you're so low and pathetic that your flex is now releasing screenshots of somebody saying that you're a worthless piece of crap? I mean, if let me compare the screenshots for you of how he talks to me and how he talks to a skank like this. Just
Well, Chantal, you're supposed to be his wife, correct? At least his on camera wife. More than likely, you're not his off camera wife. You're playing a part, he's playing a part. That's all this is. You just two actors doing theater. This is Chantal theater. If all it is a business arrangement, it's just a business arrangement. It's not personal. So why are you getting this mad? Unless you thought maybe a business arrangement could turn into something personal. But you should have learned your lesson with Natter that just because you got money, just because you got a YouTube channel, just because you create them a channel and get them views and get them subscribers, it doesn't mean they're going to pull their pants down and do the dirty with you and they're not going to fall in love with you. Doing all of these things, giving all this money does not mean somebody's private parts in exchange or their heart. Should have learned that lesson with Natter and you didn't. You're a fool twice. Absolutely twice. And that's why the lesson has to be repeated. Has to be repeated. You got to take that class all over again. You failed it the first time.
look at this.
You know what, Chantal? Listen, you're doing this as a flex. You're showing the way he talked to Cabela versus you. You big idiot sandwich. Of course he's going to be a gentleman to you. Of course he's going to be nice to you. You're the one paying the bills. You're the piggy bank. You're the one paying for everything. Of course he's going to be nice to you. Of course he is. He's not going to be rude to you. He's not going to say anything offensive or be rude because the moment he does that, the piggy bank is going to go back home to Canada or find somebody else to give all the money to. Him talking nice to you proves nothing, absolutely nothing, except that maybe Salah is leading a double life, that certain aspects of himself he wants to save for other people, but not show them to you. I'm sure if you were attractive to Salah, if you were sexually appealing to Salah, he would have called on you. Like, you guys are business partners, and he's a man and you're a woman. And if he found you appealing, if he found you sexy, he would have been breaking your back every night. But the fact that he's not done anything with you, there you go. He doesn't want you. He doesn't find you attractive. When you first got together, didn't he tell you you had to lose 200 pounds? Didn't he try you to eat the diet meals and exercise? He was saying without saying he wasn't happy with your weight. He also made a comment to Kybella like, "At least I can carry you." That was an insult to your weight, Chantal. He doesn't like big women. He's not attracted to big women. You the heart, the eyes will always be blind to what the heart does not want to see. You just don't want to admit defeat, that you've got egg on your face and there's no way to wipe it off. The illusion of this perfect marriage is over. It's done. There's no more veil between yourself and the audience. Everybody can see everything clearly. And that's what bothers you. The fact that you're trying to sell this lie that you are an older woman with a younger man and he's so into you. Now everybody knows he's not into you. So what is the point of keeping up appearances? What's the point of carrying on with this thing except your pride? Because you gave everything up to be with this dude and you got nothing left. And he knows that. He knows he's got you right where he wants you, and you have nowhere else to go, and there's no one else that wants to take you off his hands. You're essentially stuck with each other. You went back to Kuwait thinking you were in control, but you're not. And you're about to find that out real soon.
So no, of course, the screenshots of how we would talk with Skank Bella is, a lot of people will find that shocking and not favorable, but it's fantasy talk. It's not um, real life at all. And in real life, he talks to his wife, whom he loves. Like, obviously, you can see he's concerned for my health, making sure I follow up with my appointments, saying he needs to do more to help me in life with my weight loss. A
Chantal, I'm going to be rude about this and just take it for what it is. I'm just going to be blunt. He's concerned about your health and he's concerned about those things, not because he considers you a real life wife. As I said, you are the pay pig, you're the cash cow. He wants to make sure that you're healthy and you can stay alive so he can get some more money out of you. If you're paying for everything, if you're paying for the rent, you're paying for the bills, you're paying for the food, of course he wants you to be in at least a physical state where you can just keep going for as long as possible. So what you perceive as real, actual care is him just more caring about himself than you. It's all about self-preservation, not being concerned for his wife. Keeping the money train going, making sure that it never stops.
always very loving, never calls me a skank, a slave, a whore, a bitch. Another thing people are getting confused is they all think it's like super funny, like 5-year-olds, like, haha, you're a shit eater. He never said anywhere in those screenshots he wants someone to eat their shit or he wants to eat shit. It's he wanted to use her as a human toilet because she's a piece of trash. And she is. She proved herself to be. So what can I say? I would want to
Chantal, you're talking about this, and did it ever occur to you that essentially you are his human toilet? Like he's sitting on you and he's using you. Okay, he's using you. And in a way, you're using him too. You're both using each other. But he's just a big pile of waste. He's just a big old turd that needs to be flushed. He is. He's just a big old turd. He ain't worth nothing. But try to keep painting this picture of you're a higher class female than Kai Bella. Maybe everything going on is your karma for all of the people that you've hurt, for the men that you've cheated on, cheating on BB, cheating on Pete, sleeping with the married man, and having the audacity to say, well, his wife is in another country, so it doesn't count. Well, Kai Bella is not in Kuwait, is she? So if he's married and she's in the States, does that mean that doesn't count? I'm just asking questions, you know. You were in Canada, he was in Kuwait, so I guess it doesn't count, right? It just it doesn't count. There was no foul on there was no foul ball. He was within the rules that you said were there in the game to begin with.
Crap on her too, honestly, at this point. So anyway, she admitted she set out to ruin our marriage. Well, you made it stronger, so congratulations and
Oh
thank you.
yeah, if it's stronger, where's he at? Why isn't he sitting beside you? Why are you alone in every video now? You're doing damage control for him. The text messages were about him. He was the one talking. So why isn't he getting on camera and defending himself? Why is he letting you be the mouthpiece? Is he ashamed? Is he embarrassed? It would seem so. He's not even getting on his own channel and saying anything. I don't think he's going to be able to resurface back up there for quite a while. You know, like you are being his PR person, so to speak.
Thank you very much. There's obviously some things that, you know, sometimes men have these like fantasies, even women too, but especially coming from repressed culture, like sexually and stuff like that. Um, that's why you see a lot of maybe religious themed things in there. But it's all for play, and as long as you're not hurting anybody in real life, I don't see the harm. I did get hurt by this, from the infidelity part, but again, I also look at it in a mature sense and kind of understand that there's this repressed, just fetish diarrhea that came out. And um,
You know, Chantal, you are so hyper focused on Kai Bella and what she and Salah said back and forth to each other. You're not even letting yourself think about the fact that he is such a runaround that I'm sure he had a life before you. Before you entered the picture, I'm sure that in Kuwait, he has a circle of friends and acquaintances, male and female. I'm sure he knows people. He had an entire social life before you. And you think all of that just poofed and disappeared the moment you entered the picture? That he doesn't have people's phone numbers and he knows where to talk to people? You're so worried about somebody across the pond, you won't even let yourself think about the fact that he might know a lot of women in Kuwait. He might be talking to a lot of women in Kuwait, reaching out to people. There might be somebody locally that he knows, maybe more than one. Allah did say that he's had a lot of women in his house. A lot. So you're so hyper focused on the one across the pond that's not even there, you won't even let yourself think about the ones that are right there in his backyard. you know, he's doing the deflection thing with you. Look over here, Chantal, but not over here. Yeah, keep looking at Kai Bella. Be mad at her. Be mad, be mad, be mad. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, he's over here in the backyard, like saying, hey, baby. Like, I'll go get your lakmas. Sneaking off to the restroom, whatever. He's letting her be angry at Kai Bella and focused on that so that while she's got her back turned, he can go talk to ladies that are local. Love that for her.
And that, he probably has a hard time with someone he loves and values talking to them like that.
Well,
So,
he's an idiot then. Like, he's the one that allegedly is married to you. Anybody who's ever been married or been engaged or been in a relationship, the foundation for a healthy relationship is communication, is it not? You've got to talk to your partner. You've got to talk to them. You've got to have that open line of communication of what I'm thinking. I'm going to tell you what you're thinking. You can tell me. We can share our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our dreams, our passions, our everything. Got to have that strong line of communication. Sounds like there wasn't one with the two of you. He didn't want to talk to you about something very important that pertains to a marriage. Intimacy is very important to a marriage, and he was having none of that with you. He wanted to go to other people and have it. So that important part was missing for over a year. It wasn't like it wasn't just there for a couple of months and then it developed. No, it's been a year. A year. A year, and he's keeping his fantasies to himself. You don't think that's odd? You don't think that's wrong to do to your wife? To hide your fantasies for that long and go to other people and as an outlet. Chantal, this whole thing's over. Come on. Come on, just stop it. It's embarrassing. You're embarrassing yourself. The cringe is off the chart. Quit it.
so there's a difference between, worthless skanks and valuable women that you love. And I know that's horrible to say about her, but she
Ma'am, let me remind you of your history. You're over there throwing names around and calling other people skanks and whores and all of that. But we know you. We remember all the things you did. You're not bringing them up. You'd rather forget, but we remember. We remember, and Pepperidge Farm remembers. You don't want to talk about the story times you told us about being bent over a car. Do you want to talk about uh, being in a parking lot and giving some, shall we say politely, oral pleasure to a guy and you didn't even like him? You've done some really explicit things. Some might call them sleazy. Yeah, all kinds of sleazy stuff. And you want to call somebody else a skank? You're over there sleeping with married men, girl. You cheated on two of the men that you're with. So I don't think you have the right to call anybody else a skank. I think you gave up that right a long, long time ago. You really shouldn't let that word leave your dirty mouth. Just because you put on a hijab and an abaya and you are pretending to be a Muslim, because we know you're not, you can't act all pious now, Miriam. We know who you are underneath it all. You're the same Chantal that you were back in Canada. No matter how much you try to hide it, the dirt's going to shine right through that coat of paint.
really is. I mean, she literally admitted to trying to ruin my marriage. So what happens to her at this point, I don't give a shit. Like, I really don't. So,
I don't think she tried to ruin your marriage. She did. She just straight up did. I came in like a wrecking ball. It's ruined, Chantal. If the marriage was fake, the illusion is over. It's ruined. There's no way you can sell it to us now. If it was real, if you guys are really married, it's certainly ruined because the trust is gone. How can you trust him after this? There's no try. Just do. It's ruined. It's over. All you got to do is just admit it and walk away. But you never will. Your pride won't let you.
that's about it. Uh, I don't know what else to say. I'm not addressing this anymore. No matter how many screenshots come out, I don't care. They're all going to be the same. He's already said there's nothing more that will ever be released. As you saw from the screenshots, also, he will never, he promised to never do it again. And I'm giving it another chance. And like I said,
Speaking of screenshots, I'm just going to mention something. File this away in the I need more information, I need more proof box. Like this is going to be put on the back burner until something else is revealed. So I was on Twitter tonight. FFG did a stream. Somebody's posting on Twitter claiming to be Salah's baby mama. I looked at the account. It looked brand new. It's one of those, okay, this is very suspicious. This person is posting now. The account's brand new. Need more information. A lot of people are wondering, is it a fake? Is it a troll? Don't know. Don't know. We need more context here to figure it out. Have you seen those, Chantal? I'm just asking. I'm gonna keep an eye on things. I'm not saying right now if it's real or not. It's one of those, you see it, you take notice of it, and then you're like, okay, we'll just put this aside until something else develops. But do you know about that account, Chantal? Interesting stuff. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that, y'all.
that doesn't turn out to be true, another lesson learned in life. I'm not really too worried about it. Honestly, I'm just living day by day, enjoying my blessed life here with my family. And we have a lot of future plans together. And we hope to bring a lot of you along on the journey. Um, so, yeah, my lipstick matches the roses. I know it doesn't bother me at all. I know people are commenting right away, like hungry.
Chantal, we know when you're mad. There's so many tells about when you are livid. That red lipstick is a dead giveaway. You wear that red lipstick when you are in rage mode. Red lipstick, activate. You are in rage mode, mama. You're mad. You came back to Kuwait mad, and you got madder. So much for home sweet home, huh? Not exactly so sweet, is it?
Hungry for rage, hungry for, for me to be down about this. And it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. So, womp womp. Um, all you revealed about yourself is that you are a worthless skank, and you literally have the biggest.
Ma'am, anybody who comes on YouTube and they self confess in a story time that they had relations with somebody for a cheeseburger has no business calling anybody a skank. You can't throw that judgment around. You really, really can't. Take the pious attitude and put it away. It ain't working with you.
Mental issues in the worst way. No, I wouldn't even call this mental illness. I'm not gonna, you know what? You're just a bad piece of shit human being. That's it. You're just a crappy person. And to try to ruin someone's marriage, okay. So, um, you didn't succeed. I don't.
You're so mad at Kai Bella, but really the one you should be directing your anger to is Salah. I mean, there's an old saying, it takes two to tango, right? There were two people, not just one. He was all over the place with his messages. Why aren't you yelling at him? Shouldn't you be yelling at him first? Because he was the one allegedly married to you. Shouldn't you be directing all this anger towards him? I mean, yeah, you're going to be mad at Kai Bella, but save the brunt of your anger for him. Where's he at? Why aren't you getting mad at him? Why aren't you having a talking to with Salah? You're not. You're a coward. You're afraid to show him this anger. The same way that you would yell and scream about Dee Dee and go at Dee Dee, but you refused to fully go at Natter. When the two of you were fighting, I always felt like you both would stop at a certain line. You wouldn't go the full Monty. You talked all the time about you're an Aries and we're wrathful, blah, blah, blah. Although I'm sure the Aries people would never claim you. You're ashamed of that zodiac. But you talked extensively about how wrathful you were. But yet, when it came to the men in your life that you were obsessed with and addicted to, you never gave them 1,000% of your wrath. You always held back because you wanted to hold on to them. That happened with Natter. You swore with Natter, I'm going to take him to court. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You didn't do nothing. You didn't. Now here's the law. You're embarrassed. You're humiliated. There's egg on your face. What are you going to do about it? You're going to cut him off financially? You're going to fly home and just say, do what you will. Have the apartment. Have fun with the car payment. I'm not paying it. Nope. You're going to stay right there. He already said in the text messages, he knew you would get mad, but nothing beyond mad. And he was right. You're proving him right by him saying that. No serious consequences. You got over your mad in less than 12 hours. Pathetic.
Care about your stupid screenshots. And yeah, if anything, they make me laugh when I see things like
You're getting mad at Kai Bella, but Salah was the one married to you, not Kai Bella. So really the blame is on him, isn't it? He was the one that did the bad. If he were a truly married man and he loved his wife, that conversation wouldn't have happened in the first freaking place. You hear me? Because somebody hit up somebody and they're married. The married person says, I'm sorry, I'm married. Case closed. But he started that conversation. And he got explicit. Started asking about how many subscribers does she have on TikTok? How many followers? How much money does she make? Asking about her family. He was doing the research, Chantal. Do you get that? He was researching her. It went beyond the intimate talk. He was feeling her out. He was profiling her. He was planning to make her a mark to replace you. He's still got plans to replace you. He just can't do it right now. The dust has already been kicked up, so he's got to wait. But if all he wanted from Kai Bella was just some sexy talk, then that's all that would have happened. But a lot more happened. You don't want to acknowledge that part of the conversation. Him asking questions about her TikTok account and are you famous and do you have a strong media presence and like what money do you have? I mean, asking about her family. He was getting rather personal. Asking about things that are none of his business. He was laying the groundwork, or at least trying to make her into another side piece. Want to discuss any of that? Or do you want to deflect and just talk about the explicit parts of the conversation and just pivot away from the other parts that matter as well?
a worthless slave, you're a piece of crap, because you are. You really are. So I hope you're happy and accomplished in life, that you were trying to suck up to FFG, who completely rejected you, which is pretty funny. It's like that, like, in school, in high school, where you try to, like, I don't know how anyone can put their self-worth in this kind of stuff. Like, for FFG's approval. You are sad. It's so.
Ma'am, are you hearing yourself right now? You're over there talking about somebody else's self-worth. At the same time, you base your self-worth on the approval of men and how many men are chasing you. You totally get into that. You don't put your self-worth in you. It's all about, I have to be talking to a man. I got to put a man in the spotlight. I got to get a man's approval just so I can say to other women, where's your man? It's all about validating yourself by having another person there versus just being yourself. Don't talk about somebody else's self-worth when you need to work on your own.
So sad. I could never be that pathetic. I'm sorry.
No, you're more pathetic. You're much more pathetic. Trying to sell everybody a set of lies and ain't nobody buying. That's the part that's really bothering you. The fact that you're just tossing the lies out, you're putting them on the shelf, expecting people to buy, and ain't nobody buying nothing. Nobody's buying it. Nobody wants to buy it. The illusion is over. This perfect fantasy life that you tried to sell to your beaters is done. No one on any side is buying this crap.
I need to write a pathetic part 45. I really do. Like, because at this point, the part one, since part one of Pathetic, that was about me. But there's so many of you that need that song in your life, a version of your own. Anyway, here I am back smug as heck. And yeah, I love it. So
But
yeah,
the thing is, you've got nothing to be smug about. What are you smug over? It's interesting that you're smug with egg on your face. I mean, it's an interesting combination, Chantal. How do you pull it off?
my answer and my reaction is I don't care. I don't care. 100% I
You
don't
know,
care.
you can sit there, your mouth says you don't care, but you are seething. You're livid. You grind your teeth any harder, like I said, you won't have any teeth. You're seething about everything. It's not just the Kai Bella thing. You're seething about everything. I told y'all, like this round in Kuwait is going to be different than the rest. There might be a little bit of spice here and there. The energy in the air, it's charged with tension. There's so much anger. This is not going to end well.
Do I look bothered to you?
Yes, yes, you do. You look very bothered. You're trying so hard not to look bothered, but you're a very expressive person, Chantal. You you don't know how to hide your negative emotions. They show on your face. That's why you shouldn't lie. You can't hide every part of yourself. There's always going to be a part that gives things away. And right now, your face, your eyes tell me, I am angry. I'm so mad that I'm ready to just spit nails. I'm so mad.
No, I look cute with my red lipstick. And after this, you'll never hear another peep about it, so keep trying to milk it for all.
Okay, we've heard that before. Like, this is the last time I'm speaking on this. How many times has she said that about everything? And it never happens. She'll come back around and talk about this because she needs content. She needs topics of conversation. So we'll hear about this again.
The clout you want, your claim to fame in life is some stupid screenshots of somebody admitting they want to take a crap on you. Good for you.
And what is your claim to fame? Having a channel where you cater to the food fetish people, eating copious amounts of food, making yourself unhealthy, being the biggest train wreck on YouTube. Well done. If that's what you wanted to do, if that's how you want to be remembered, well done. You've accomplished that. You have reached your goal. Go to the head of the class.
So I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
So that was it. She's so mad. She's so freaking mad. I I love all of this. It seems like the rages are coming back, y'all. This is old school Chantal. Her getting mad and she's so angry that she can't shut up. You know, she does video after video, live stream after live stream. This is feeling real familiar, and I'm here for it. We're getting our dessert, y'all. We waited over a year, but we're getting it. Love all of this. All right, I'm out of here, y'all. I'm going to see what else is going on. I had so much to do. But I will speak at you later. And don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thanks for being here and have a good one. Bye now.